This is Dave from Battlefront, and you're watching LXG.
Hello everyone, and welcome to another LXG Sunday News. I am the second class elitist. This is Ali Alcatraz.
The Undead Menace.
Yep. And so we're just going to go over a couple of things this week. This week was a little bit short on hobby news, partially because a lot of attention was at the Las Vegas Open. Wish we were there. We'll be next year. That's the plan. Partially because a lot of this week's attention was on Adepticon, closing up pre-registrations, and partially because a lot of stuff coming out of China is on vacation right now.
And there's a lot of stuff coming out of China.
Yeah, there is. Actually, there's a lot of stuff not coming out of China.
More to the point, yes.
For those not to know, Chinese New Year, which pretty much means
from the 19th for like 2 weeks.
Yeah. 19th to like March 3rd.
Happens.
Yeah. It's a national holiday, as in the nation's on holiday.
For 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So we got told that by a couple people trying to send out stuff for their Kickstarters, going, yeah, we were just about to send everything, and now Chinese New Year hit. So guess what, guys? You're waiting.
Yan just joined that list for skid marks.
Okay.
His Kickstarter is getting pushed back, I think, because that's where he was getting the cars cast.
Gotcha. So
he's like, we're launching the last week in February, and now he's like, we're marching sometime in March.
But at any rate,
yeah.
So since you mentioned those two things, Adepticon. Pre-registration ends tonight. Tonight as in Sunday night.
Tonight. I do not believe that means you can no longer buy tickets. What pre-registration means is they use the pre-registration point, which is a midpoint in the registration, in the early registration period, to determine what events are going to need more seats. Such as, if I was running a tournament and I tried to tell Adepticon that this game they've never heard of before is massively popular and I need 64 seats, they're going to go, no you don't, you need 8.
Right.
And then they're going to put it up on the pre-registration, and if during the pre-registration I get 12 people, they go, okay, we'll give you 16. So, I mean, that's kind of how it works. They kind of get locked down. So, if you really want to make sure that you're in one of the tournaments, obviously now is the best time to show up. Also, if you really want to make sure that the tournament you're in can get as big as possible, you got a couple hours left, hit the buttons, make it happen. I believe it's Matt that's setting up the Malifaux tournament, and was saying this. I might be wrong on that. But yeah, I mean, like, literally, the size of the room that he has changed due entirely to, Malifaux players during the pre-registration. So
you want to make it bigger, better.
Yep.
Go in. You also mentioned the Las Vegas Open. We actually have some results from the Las Vegas Open.
Yay! 2 out of the 3 tournaments that I knew were going on, I knew who won. The Drop Zone Commander tournament, I apologize. My intel is a little bit sketchy. I'm going to blame that on the Scourge. But other than that...
we do have the winner of the Malifaux tournament. The winner was Kevin Cochran.
Chrissy Dubois did a really, really good job setting up that tournament. I saw a bunch of pictures. Man, I wish I was there playing. Although even if I was there, I wouldn't have been playing because what other tournament happened at the exact same time slot?
Are you talking about the Warzone Resurrection
tournament?
Warzone Resurrection tournament. We also got some news from that. The winner was Mike Sanders.
All right, I'm going to clarify this for a second. All right, now you can be a winner, or you can face stomp everyone that you fight and score perfect scores 3 games straight.
Wow.
And that is what the Blue Shark did. I told you he was going to be tough to match. Game 1, he went up against Mark Rapson.
Okay.
And it was a tap out.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Games 2 and 3... his opponent actually stuck around till the end of the match, so that was good. But yeah, 30 points, 30 points, 30 points.
Boom, boom. Wow.
Second place, 47 tournament points.
As opposed
to his 90. He almost lapped the field. So
he literally almost won twice.
Yep. Mike Sanders, Blue Shark.
Very good job.
Good job,
Excellent
sir.
job.
I expect to hear you gloating when your podcast comes out because you earned some gloating with a perfect score of a 90, sir. Good job.
So.
By the way, when you come to the East Coast, you're not getting a perfect score of 90, bro. Okay.
So, Mark Rapson, yeah, I heard he came out somewhere around the middle.
Yeah, he was actually like dead center in the pack, which is again respectable. I mean, he flew.
I would never mind that.
He flew, a quarter of the way around the world for a business conference, that he had to attend for his other job that's not Protoss related, and then squeezed in a tournament.
Yeah.
Okay, he squeezed in a tournament and came in the middle of the pack while traveling 1/3 of the way around the world. I mean, that's...
It's just kind of like a stop-off,
Yeah, it's like, hi guys, I'm busy doing other things, and oh, by the way, let me just drop in. I mean, respectable.
Just to be able to drop in and come in halfway.
There is going to be a lot more of the British gentry of Protoss at Adepticon. And I'm just saying, maybe we should talk about getting some U.S.-UK rivalry going here. Because, I mean, so far we only have, U.S. bloggers and writers versus UK members of Protoss. And so far the score is 1, because it was a tap-out.
So what we need is some sort of a campaign setting that involves teams of players.
That would be cool.
We need to invent one of those.
We should find a writer who can do that. Or okay.
Okay.
Yeah. All right.
So let's see.
And also, last place, honorable mention. Chris Ofinger, who is newer to the game, showed up at the tournament. Really good sport. When you stand there and slug through and come in last place, you should get mentioned too. So good job, buddy.
So congratulations to all our winners and all our other people who did pretty well in those tournaments.
All of our winners and all of our Chris Ofingers.
And all of our not winners.
Yeah.
I'd also like to send out a huge congratulations to someone that some of us know, one of our brethren in the wargaming industry, Allison Rigby.
Yes.
Allison Rigby has made it to round 3 of the Mars 1 selections. She is in the Mars 100. For those of you who don't know what that means, there is a planned mission manned mission to Mars. It is a one-way manned mission to Mars, but they're working on it right now, and she is in the top 100 contenders for going on this mission. That has got to be the awesomest thing I've ever heard in my life.
It is amazing. And it's still newsworthy to bring up here because she is an avid wargamer. I actually first met her when we were discussing 15mm fantasy.
Okay.
She's actually been one of the people that have been kind of mentoring me on what games work in 15mm, which, what one would work best with our club's play style, kind of like that.
Yeah.
Great person, great gamer, obviously incredible mind. Allison, again, hats off to you.
You're amazing.
I write the science fiction. You are going to be living the science fiction. It's unbelievable.
Best of luck to you continuing that. We all wish you the best. And we're all going to be playing our war games, thinking of you and naming characters after you.
That's true.
Possibly even, I don't know, making pictures or models or something.
I think maybe our Mars table will have a Rigby station on it.
There should be something like that, some kind of tributes definitely going on there.
Cool.
Alright, so on to some lovely Kickstarter news, old and new.
Yay!
Old, and by old we mean not here yet. Reaper Bones 2, they're getting there. They're on Wave 5. Some of you out there may have already seen your stuff.
We're in Wave 5.
We're in Wave 5, so we don't consider it done yet, because we don't have ours.
We're in Wave 5 in the part that they were packing on Monday, before everyone got another foot of snow.
Happened. And
so.
Stuff!
No, I'm probably not getting it this coming week.
Bones! Coming
This is not my happy face.
This is driving us nuts. But it's coming. They're partway through.
Yeah, I mean,
they're
honestly,
going through really fast, actually.
They're more than halfway through all the pledges. I mean, this one is going to get wrapped up really soon, so that's good.
So if you don't have it now, you'll have it soon. Also, you'll have soon your Pulp City.
Yep. Update on the Stygians.
Okay. Yes.
Okay.
The pesky organs.
So apparently, you know how when you order a bunch of stuff, and you order a huge lot of a bunch of stuff, sometimes they might forget to carry a 1 somewhere, or all the stuff you order doesn't show up when it's supposed to. That's what happened. But it got resolved. It got resolved really, really fast.
It did.
The rest of the Stygians have been received in Europe. So all the European backers, there is no delay at this point. You're back on track. They're it's coming across the ocean right now, so that by the time Devin gets done with the lower end pledges that don't include the Stygian, he'll have them.
Be there.
So for U.S. backers, this delay was a complete non-delay. It didn't slow us up at all.
So, important safety tip for any of you guys doing miniature Kickstarters. If you have one name that has 2 miniatures associated with it, you might want to double check and make sure that they know what they need for both of them. I'm sure that had something to do with it.
It was a little tricky, yeah.
Those little witches.
Yeah.
All right, but we're back on track there. As for active Kickstarters.
Active Kickstarters.
We mentioned some of these within the past week or so on the blog. We have Miniature 13.
Only a week left, guys. Make this one happen.
So.
Everything has been unlocked except for the sniper on the motorcycle. You're still waiting on that one.
Oh, how far are we?
I think it's pretty close. It's easily obtainable.
Okay, so guys, go pledge that. Let's get some bikes out there.
Yeah, the big cat is unlocked.
Okay.
And everything else is unlocked. Everything else is available. If you jump in with the Delta pledge, you're going to get everything except the big cat, and you can add him on for an extra 22 euros. So, I mean, you can jump in with this one. Getting absolutely everything involved, I think, comes out to like 110 euros, including shipping to the U.S. from places where they use euros. So it's not a bad deal. I mean, yes, it's not like what you normally pay for your zombies. It's not $1 a model. It's not $2 a model. But it's a good price for what you're getting, and it's a good price for helping somebody get their company started. Yeah. This is a true Kickstarter. That's
part of it too, and that's an important part.
Yeah, it's important to back the Reaper Bones Kickstarters and the Pulp City Collector Kickstarters so that you can get an amount of stuff that you're never going to get around to painting. But it's also important.
Ones like this, you see that this is a smaller company. If you want to make sure that company happens or that game happens, that there's more of that in the future, you got to put your money down. That's what Kickstarter's for, is to put in your vote for, yes, I believe this should exist. Yeah. So you go in, you like it, you believe that stuff should exist, go in and pledge something. Yeah,
at the risk of turning this into, a college economics class, the way capitalism works, it doesn't matter what you say about a company, it doesn't matter how much you say, I hate what this company is doing, it matters where you put your money.
Vote with your money.
Because you're voting with your money.
You are.
So if you want to see independent companies survive, if you want to see new ideas come out, if you want to see new games, new scales, new anything, find the people that are doing it and back them. Because even if they're not the one that makes it big, they'll be the one that shows the other guy that there's a market.
Right.
And someone else will make it big.
Someone else can build on it.
Exactly.
So, also still running is the ACP Dropship Kickstarter. How much longer they got?
Like 20 days. They still got like 3 weeks.
They got a while, so you got a while with that, but don't forget about it just because we said that you've got 3 more weeks.
And the reason why you want to get in on it is they are $1,000-ish away from unlocking the homestead, which is a ATV.
Nice.
And the model is beautiful. I'm serious. A lot of really good 15mm stuff coming out. This thing is gorgeous. And I can tell by the way that it's built that Jim has some plans for it other than this one design.
Okay.
Because it's one of those
it's
one of those modular builds where you can see that this part is on there for this build.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So there's going to be some
good
fun stuff coming there. Also still running for a little while yet is the Impudent Mortal Warehouse District terrain Kickstarter. For those of you who are doing Pulp City or any other, modern
Pulp
stuff
City,
nice terrain.
Gotham/Batman.
Yeah,
Marvel
and
superheroes.
there's all kinds of stuff in that Kickstarter. There's several actual buildings. There's a lot of street scatter terrain. There's some very interesting rooftop scatter terrain pieces. You've got some flat roofs. There's like some skylights and air conditioning ducts and stuff that you can literally put on your buildings to make them now different buildings.
Yeah, any of you guys that that snuck in and got $9 dust buildings for Black Friday, you really want to make those pop. Go drop $20 on this Kickstarter and get the duct work, or drop $15 and get the skylights. You're going to be happy with what you get.
Right down to some neat, tiny little things like transfers of graffiti. A little $5 graffiti transfer. We looked at that. We thought that was fantastic because not too many people. When you can take a nice Walter building, and you want someone to have painted something on this.
That's tough to do by hand.
That's tough to do by hand. $5 you can get some transfers, get a little more character in your city.
Yep. And by the way,
neat things like that.
For anyone that thinks that the $5 for the A1, I think, sheet of transfers is a little bit much.
There's a lot on there.
Price them at a train store, because I did.
Oh yeah, that would be a lot more transfer. And there's a lot on there. There's like 30 pieces on one of those or something. There's a good amount.
And a couple different ones you can choose from, too.
So, all kinds of interesting stuff in that Kickstarter. Go take a look and see if you can find something you want.
Okay.
All right. Also running right now, for which we have some show and tell.
Woohoo!
Daft Concepts Laser Etched Miniatures. Some nice show and tell here. We've got...
Yeah, just hit that way. Right there. Right in front of the things.
Got their card.
Do I have it the right way? There we go. Okay.
All kinds of neat little stuff. Were these on it?
Those are just keychains, like
keychains.
giveaway things.
Yeah, they have keychains. I don't know. That's not part of the Kickstarter. They just have them. It's cool. It's neat. They've got some figures up there right now. They've got different.
All right. Just really quickly to explain what this is and why it's not a true miniatures Kickstarter.
Right.
These aren't miniatures, per se. Sort of. Not really. It's kind of halfway between a miniature and a cardboard cutout. And the reason we say that is your miniature is, in fact, a laser-etched cutout.
Right.
So, we're talking 1/4-inch birch here. It's not MDF. It's actually pretty durable. And again, that 1/4-inch...
Smells lovely. Shame we don't have smell-o-vision. It's lovely, aromatic.
The
etched wood scent there.
The 1/4-inch does a really, really good job of even like little knife edges and stuff aren't going to break. It's really, really durable.
It's really sturdy. And so the system they're developing for these little figures is they do have an assortment of bases. And as you can see, there's little slots in them. And there is a slot for the figure.
We'll just use this guy.
Since he's already out.
There we go.
And there's a slot for assorted indicators. They're kind of like your tokens, your status tokens,
condition
things
markers,
like that, condition markers that they have. And there's a second slot in the front that they slide right into right there, so you can put them right on the individual model that you're using.
Yeah.
We've got several of them. They've got this
a couple different bases. Depending on what games you play. If your game uses round bases, squared. They've also got hexagonal bases.
And they also have most of these in
clear acrylic as well.
Clear acrylic too, which are really handsome looking also. And again, same thing. Got your guy going in there.
Just like that.
Just like that. And same thing with your little status tokens. So.
Also, I'm sure this is zoomed in really well because Token Gamer Chick is really good at zooming in on small things. We saw that last week. You'll notice that they left the face area blank.
Yes.
Interesting thought there. That allows you to really detail the face to kind of match whatever the figure is you're using. If they're supposed to have an eye patch or scars or, I don't know, be a cyclops, whatever you wanted to do, you got a little bit of, you can do a little bit of anything you want. That's for one of the bigger models.
Okay.
In case you have large beasties, we have a large beastie base.
Can hold.
So that would be something that would be big enough to need 2 pegs, and then you could put a condition marker in front of it as well.
I'm going to show you a couple of the other characters they have here, just to show you how it's in a weird place on the base there.
There we go. We're going to be painting these up. We actually just got these in as a sample from them, and unfortunately I found out that their Kickstarter is already like halfway through.
Right.
Honestly, they're not looking for a lot of money for the Kickstarter. Their total funding is only like $500. They're already over $300. But if these are a little bit better for probably RPG guys than than like wargamers. But if you're looking for some stuff for your RPG, these will fill in nicely. If you wanted to make like a Hogan's Alley kind of table, there would be nice pieces for that.
There's also certainly, plenty of ideas you could come up with for using them for objective tokens and things like that.
Absolutely.
And there's lots of different ways you can color these, the way they're etched. I mean, you can of course use paint, but I mean, I intend to even experiment with things like some colored pencils or whatnot, preserve the outline that has already been etched into them. And maybe some different things like that we can try using. So there should be, you might even be able to, to just take some fine point markers or them or whatever and make them quick and easy.
Yeah, I was thinking for the people that don't, have a lot of paints or don't know how to paint.
Right.
Even just picking up a couple paint markers.
Yeah.
You could bang these out. Colored Sharpies, honestly, you could bang out a bunch of these pretty quickly.
Or you can also just leave the etched wood. It's a gorgeous look. You get that, halo around the etched lines. They're even really pretty just as is.
Oh, yeah, really nice.
Honest. So, so there's some potential uses for them, and they're very inexpensive, and they have a lot of different options. So
there's like 5 different sets of figures in the Kickstarter, plus the condition markers set, which is 40 condition markers, and getting the bases that have the condition marker slots.
Right.
But other than that, it's the 5 different sets. I think the smallest set is like 14 figures. The biggest set is like 24.
Yeah.
So, and they're not pricey. So this is something that, especially like I said, RPGers, or even if you want to try to build an experimental force before you actually go out and buy your models, throw a couple bucks at it.
Yeah, just to have a couple around for sort of things you might need them for.
Yep.
So, all right. Let's see. Did we have anything else today? Like I said, we're
only other thing we're going to be covering is our new YouTube video series that we're going to be doing right on this channel. You don't have to go anywhere else. It's just going to be a separate playlist.
We are going to be bringing to you a new short series, a little mini-series of videos. As you may know if you follow the blog, we've started this tradition of trying to do a table per quarter.
Yeah. Basically, it's because we also, as a club, we run tournaments. And as anybody who runs tournaments can tell you, you need a lot of tables and a lot of terrain to run tournaments. If I want to have, a 48-man tournament, 48 players, I need 24 tables running. And in order to do that, I need to have terrain for pretty much 30 tables because stuff is going to break, be in mid-repair, isn't going to fit for the genre, whatever.
Yeah, I mean, we run games with a lot of different genres and whatnot. You need a lot of terrain for that. Some stuff's adaptable, some isn't. So this quarter's theme is centered around our 2 campaigns, our Warzone and our Counterblast campaigns. So they're very sci-fi oriented, and the table we're working on right now is geared towards that. It's actually going to be kind of an indoor sci-fi table. We're actually going to have like a metal grated floor, and the intention of the design is to have it so that you have the metal grated floor and you can see what's going on under the floor. It's going to be a nice complex table. There's going to be layers of things to look at.
Lighting inside of it because
some lighting under there.
Give me an opportunity to light something and it's getting
lights and things. Lighting, piping, tubing, wiring, stuff like that. So you can see the inner workings of whatever you're on, the ship or station. Or it's going to be a very versatile table. The table itself, flat. Metal surface, so it's indoor, it's a base, it's a station, or any other
just part of a big ship,
or kind of part of a big ship platform of some kind, and you'll be able to stick a lot of these nice terrain bits on it, or even use it flat if it were a giant hanger bay or whatnot. So what we're gonna do with these videos is we're gonna show you some of what we're doing to make it. So if you pick up any ideas or pointers that you want to use, or to make a similar table, that you'll be able to do that. So.
And it's going to be not only covering the table itself, but some of the scatter terrain on there, like my 5-minute silos. 5-minute silos might make an appearance on that one.
Yeah.
Some of our other pieces that we're doing, we're going to be showing off. Yeah. So it's a good way to learn just a little bit of DIY for your table because, especially as you've seen if you're following the blog, playing on an exciting, dynamic table with lots of unique terrain makes for a more dynamic, exciting, unique game.
Right.
There's a reason why we don't play with cardboard cutouts, kids.
So we're going to put some of this on video as we're doing it, and hopefully give you guys some ideas for some things you'd like to do. Some of which is terrain bits that you're going to buy or components that you're going to buy. Some of which is stuff you might already have. So there should be some fun stuff in that.
Would you be talking about your power coils by any chance?
Yes, for chance.
Do you want me to grab one real quick just to show off because they're like 5 feet away?
Sure.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I mean, they've already been in a couple of the videos, so you might have seen this already. But
now this one's actually done.
This makes a lot more sense when you see the rest of them. However, this will work for now.
There, so you've all seen the sci-fi with, the power towers and electric fences,
laser fences,
weird things like that. You take a series of these together and you can really make one of those barriers. And how did this little guy start right here? I don't know if you can identify it by looking at it, but it started as this guy right here.
Then the top was replaced with, this is actually the plug from a mini bulb from a Christmas light.
Christmas lights, yeah. And you can take the bulbs out of them real easy. You get one cheap little string of lights, whatnot. And then I've got
go to Walmart. Yeah. Get a $7 string of 100 bulbs, and you'll never run out.
Which you can get most of the year because they have them for all the different holidays, so you're going to be able to run into them on a pretty frequent basis. And a little bit of wire up here just to cap it off and get it something the electricity can run up. There's a couple more things we did along the way, but we'll show you that more in a more in-depth video. But that's an example of the kind of thing where you can take something that you pretty much have almost all the equipment for already, and create. Once you see this, you'll see a whole line of them.
Because really, I mean, who doesn't just buy and throw these out regularly? I mean, the amount that we go through super glue around here, again,
crazy. You
got a club of half a dozen people, and already this year that half a dozen people have built and painted over 150 models. So we keep busy in the hobby. So, and because of that, we go through supplies. But I mean, how long does it take you to go through one of these? I mean, if you start saving them up, you'd be surprised how quickly you can build up some terrain.
So, we're going to go through stuff like that, give you a few ideas of things you can make for terrain pieces, and it'll be fun.
Yep.
All right.
Okay, so, I mean, that pretty much covers everything. This was kind of a short week, but it was kind of a short week. Tournaments, holidays, yada yada. So, thanks for watching. Stay tuned. Check out the playlists below. Also, make sure that you like, subscribe. Those buttons are around here somewhere. And that's pretty much it for this week. We got some more battle reports that I hopefully am putting up this week, including a special Malifaux Chinese New Year special game.
Just for you guys.
Which will be really special. And
all right.
I think that's pretty much it.
That's pretty much it. All right. So thanks very much for watching. I'm Ellie Alcatraz.
Second class elitist. And I'll see you on the other side of the table.